All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's had a good Christmas, good New Year's. Excited to be back in the league for year seven. I guess I want to start it off with saying congratulations to Matt Stack pulling off a massive first championship here. Was in a championship a couple years ago, going up against JJ. Took a pretty big lead. I believe that was the year he had Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. Ended up not working out for him as JJ came back to win. I'm pretty sure that was his first, maybe his second championship. Not 100% sure, but I know that was the year that JJ won. And then Matt really has made the playoffs the past couple of years, but wasn't able to get to that championship. Gets to the championship this year, and I mean, beats the two best teams in the league this year, in Elliott and James Berger. By far, both those guys had by far the most scoring points. Just a huge year for both of them. So congrats to Matt on pulling that off. So for those of you who are not going to be able to make it to the owners' meetings this weekend, we've got some changes coming to the league. I just figured it'd be easier to do a video, something you guys could listen to really quick or watch if you have a moment to explain all this instead of me calling a bunch of you and talking about it on the phone. However, if you guys do have questions after this video, please feel free, reach out to me. I'm here to help out as much as I can, make the transition to the new kind of dynasty way we're going with the league. So for starters right now, we are going to pull up. I'm going to pull up my roster really quick, and I will share my screen here. So the biggest thing moving forward is obviously we are going to a full dynasty league. That's kind of been talked about here for the past couple of years. We're going to move in, going full dynasty. So no more 2 drafts or anything like that. We are going to go into a full dynasty league, and that will be going in after this year. So pretty much anybody who is sitting on your roster right now is now on your dynasty roster. There is no more free agent draft or anything like that, and we're moving to what was voted on was 30 players. So some of you may have more than that. Right now, I am sitting at, let's see, that's 29. I have 3 players on IR, so I'm sitting at 32 right now, so I would actually have to cut 2 players to get to that. I'm not going to make anybody do anything roster-wise just yet. I'm going to hold off on all that, but just so everybody knows, so you can go in, look at your rosters. Again, I just pulled mine up on the screen. I think it was 30. I guess I should go back in and look here. I'll pull up our group chat because that's where we did the polls. So notify rookie draft. Should we do right? Oh, okay. No, maybe it was not on that. Maybe it was all on here, which I guess I can just look while you guys are watching here live. Back at our polls, scroll down, trades, lineup change, super flex, increase starting rosters to, so 32. Okay. So I would be at the max right now with mine. And that's not counting my rookie picks, which I have a couple extra rookie picks because of the trades this year. So we're going to go to 32. I apologize. 32. So take back what I said about the 30. So we are going to 32, which means we are going to anybody who's below that, I'll get to that in a minute, but 32 moving forward. That will be our roster limit moving forward. You cannot go over that. You can be less than that if you want. If anybody who's in pigskin, I know a couple of you guys are, there are guys who haven't been up to limit. You can be up. Obviously, IR does not count. We're still keeping our same 3 IR spots. So if you have 3 guys on IR and still 32 roster spots, that's fine. Obviously, going into the season, you cannot have anybody on IR up to a certain point. Once the season kicks off, you can put guys on IR and pick players up. But obviously, going into the draft, you can't stash 3 guys on IR and then still have 32. That's not fair to anybody. So you're going to have to make those tough roster decisions. Again, Elliott, he's another guy I think has got like 4 or 5 picks in this year's draft. I know he's right there, the same as me, right around the 30, 32 mark. So he's going to have more players. Something you have to make the tough roster decisions. That just is what it is. You're going to have to cut some guys and deal with it. But that's to keep some kind of guys still on the waiver wire and everything. That's what the league voted for, so that's what I'm going to keep it at. Moving forward, we're going to keep the league dues the same thing. We're going to go to one draft a year now. Hopefully, at least most of the people can make it for those drafts. It'll be a rookie/free agent draft. It'll still be 4 rounds every single year. It might go to 5. I do think 5 would be fair with the fact that we're not doing anything else after that. But this year, it'll be different. So we'll discuss the amount or the length of the rookie drafts moving forward after this season's over, and I'll explain why this draft's going to be different here in a minute. So the rule changes on the rosters. We are adding an extra flex spot into the starting lineups. So again, if you're in pigskin, you're already used to that. Right now, we've got the 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, 1 flex spot, kicker, and defense. We're going to add another flex spot, and we're going to add another IDP flex. We are taking away team defenses. I know I didn't put that up for a poll, but I was looking into it, and in all honesty, I'm just going to be 100%. I don't like the flukiness of the team defenses. I don't think it's a good thing to have in fantasy football. I just think it comes down to luck more often than not. We're moving to a full dynasty team. We're expanding rosters. I think 3 IDPs is more than doable with having 32 roster spots. So everybody has 2. You're going to have to add 1 more, and you're really not changing much about the rosters outside of adding in the 3rd IDP player because we are taking away a team defense. We're not doing team defenses anymore, so technically you're plugging in your team defense as your 3rd IDP guy. Is what it is. If you guys don't like it, I'm sorry, but I think it's the fairest way to go about it moving forward. So we're going to stick with likely no more roster changes coming forward. I just don't see – can't go to super flex at this point. I don't think it'd be fair. I don't really see anything else that we could change. So this is likely going to be the new lineup standards for the league moving forward, hopefully for another 6 to 10 years. I mean, we're going into league year 7. So obviously I hope this continues. I really do enjoy this league. I enjoy the group that we have in here as well. So that'll be the change moving forward. And how that's going to affect the draft. Obviously, some people don't have 3 IDPs on their teams. Some do. I don't think anybody does, but someone might. With the draft this year, anybody who doesn't have their full allotted 32 will get extra picks at the end of the draft. So everybody's first 4 rounds stay the same just because of traded picks and everything. I don't want to mess with that. I don't think that's fair to anybody who's traded players or done things to mess up that. And just like any other year, we've done it with the supplemental drafts. You keep your first couple picks, and then if you have more, you continue drafting while the other people sit. For instance, Elliott, I think last year only picked 1. Drafted 1 player, and then he sat the rest of the time because he kept most of his roster. Same thing. You guys will get your chance to get up to 32, whether it's with rookie picks above that. And I'm not even going to count rookie picks. So say Renfro has 26 players, or I think he had 29, if I'm remembering correctly. So if he's sitting there with 29 players, I'll just pull him up here. Let's find Renfro. So Renfro right now, he is sitting at a total of, he's sitting at 30 right now. So he's missing 2 players. I don't care that he's got 4 rookie picks. He's still going to get those 2 extra picks on top of that because the rookie picks should not matter. Again, I'm using this as in, for those of you who are in pigskin, you see it every year. We expand rosters during the draft in case people want to make trades to get extra picks, whatever. You can have as many players as you want on your team after that point. There is a cut down date. You have to get down to 32. So this allows Renfro to still use his 4 rookie picks on whatever he wants rookie-wise, and then he gets those 2 extra picks at the end. So that's something he wants to save for his 2 IDP guys. He can use his 2 IDP guys there. It's however you guys want to do it, but I'll do that for every team. So that'll be based on you. We'll get a chance to drop players. So Renfro, again, sitting at 30. Maybe there's a couple guys he knows he doesn't want. He's going to drop those guys. He gets down to 28. Going to get extra picks in the supplemental draft or the rookie draft, whatever you want to call it, this year. Moving forward, it likely will not be like that. I do want to see how people handle their rosters before I commit to that. If it's something where people are dropping players to get the extra picks, maybe we'll expand it and continue a rookie free agent draft and just expand the rounds. But for now, we'll do it that way this year, and I'll discuss it with everybody at the draft as well to kind of see their thoughts on it. We are keeping the kicker. Even though I do think kickers are fluky, I do like the fact that they're in there kind of keeping it like a real-life NFL thing. So you still have to have a kicker on there. Outside of that, there's not really much other changes coming. So that's really kind of the major thing there I wanted to bring up again. I thought easier to just record it and me talk about it. then I have to try and explain it to a bunch of people at different times. So that's the big changes coming. Again, obviously, if you guys, I haven't had a chance to talk to all of you. Some of you I've talked to said that you want to stay. If you guys do not want to be in the league anymore, please let me know as soon as possible so that I can get working on bringing in someone new. But I do think we've got a good group here. I mean, Andy's already done a good job the past years he's got a really good roster, actually, and having a guy like James Robinson really is going to help him out. Got a pretty good pick here. Amanda has done a really good job of loading up on some picks. She's got a good young core that she can build around, make a couple good picks here. I think Amanda could really turn it around as well. So get two, I think, really good owners that I hope will stick around for a long time. Outside of that, again, no real changes. We'll get together hopefully for the draft. We'll talk about that. Anything else you guys have? If there's anything changes you want to see? I know someone brought up the trades rule. That won't be something that I just make universal or unilateral, whatever the fuck the word is. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but that'll be something that's still voted on. But it was brought up that some people would like to have the trade polls removed, and just anybody who's agreed to a trade automatically goes through. I'm not opposed to it, but it's completely up to you guys on how you want to do it. I'm obviously playing a ton of leagues that doesn't have that. You accept a trade, we're all big boys and girls. You make a trade, you have to deal with the consequences, and it just goes through. I understand if some people don't want to do that. That will be something we'll put up later. Outside of that, though, which I will put up, if there's any other rule changes, anything else you guys would like to see change, please let me know. This is the time for us to start voting on that stuff. Reminder, the offseason for trading will open up after the Super Bowl. Before we get to the Super Bowl, you will see probably you get emails about me moving stuff around. I am going to set the rookie draft up and move the picks of the teams that have been traded, because now all of that is going to be in the one. So we're not going to keep track of that on the side anymore. It'll be through the app. So anybody who trades picks, you can now put those into the trades, because that's the only draft that we have. So that'll be available on there, but I have to move those picks around for the teams that have traded him. JJ Elliott made a trade. I obviously made the trade with James for a couple picks as well. Anybody else who's made any picks trades, I know Stack made a couple of traded picks. All that stuff will get moved around. I have to do that all manually, so I'll do that all before we get to the offseason so everybody can see their players and their picks that are available for that. Again, no taxi squad either, in case that wasn't kind of clear when I said that we're going to full roster. So you cannot stash players on a taxi squad anymore. You've got your 32. You got to do with them what you will. So if you got a guy that you like, you have to decide to keep him or somebody else. We'll get that moving. But again, trades will open after the Super Bowl, literally that Monday after our offseason opens. You don't have to trade if you don't want to, but it is available to you. We obviously won't have our rookie free agent draft until after the NFL draft. Probably try and schedule it sometime June, July, maybe August. I'd like to get it done as soon as possible, especially with it being a full dynasty. Now there's a lot of things that happen, because I will now, with it being full dynasty, we will allow for things to for offseason waiver moves to be made. It'll be the same thing fab. I will set it up to where we will have a fab window in the offseason, and that fab will not count toward the regular season as well. We'll have a little offseason fab window, and then we'll go into the regular season. You've got your regular $200 or whatever it is. Fab, we might do like $100, whatever. And if anybody likes a guy in the preseason, rookies blowing up, and that people want to bid on him, we will put in a fab window, probably be week 4. You can put in for a couple guys, one guy, whatever. I'll let everybody know that for sure, though, as we move forward. But that's really it. That's all I've got for you guys. So hope you guys are as excited as I am about some of the changes. It will make things a little bit easier with us going to a full dynasty. No more multiple drafts. No more worrying about, pick trading onto the website and trying to make sure you get it entered in correctly and all that. It'll all be set up on there through the app. So when you trade picks now, you can trade them through the app. So again, guys have any questions, let me know. I'd appreciate it. If you guys need anything, let me know as well. I'm here to try and make this as easy as I possibly can for everybody. And I look forward to, for those of you who watch this, who aren't able to be there, again, let me know if you need anything. For those of you who will be there Saturday, looking forward to sitting down and bullshitting with you guys, watching some football. And I will